Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be making barbecue tofu chicken with plant-based mac and cheese. So stay tuned. Okay, so guys, we're going to start with making the cheese sauce for our mac and cheese. Okay, so I'm going to add, just for myself, my grandson's coming over, so probably for him too, if he wants any. I'm going to add about a cup of milk. Add, I'm gonna put in some miso paste. I'll add a teaspoon of miso paste. I'm also gonna add a teaspoon of tomato paste. I'm gonna add, I guess, a tablespoon of coconut oil. Okay. I'm gonna add about, I guess, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of tapioca starch. I'm gonna add a little more. Yeah, that's about three tablespoons I put in now. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. Here I have lactic acid, vegan lactic acid. I'll put the link for you in the bottom of the video. Be careful with this, because if you put too much, your cheese is going to come out very sour. This is just that little bit of tang you get from cheese. So that's really, not even that much, because there's only a little bit of milk. There's only a cup of milk in there. So, like half a teaspoon of this stuff. Okay. And just to help it out a little bit more with flavor, I like to add at least like a handful of the shredded plant-based cheese. If you don't have it, it's fine. You can still make it without it. And yeah, I'm just going to throw everything in the mixer. Am I forgetting anything? I'll add a little salt to it now, although I'll season it on the stove as it goes along. So I'll put a pinch of salt in there. Okay. Let's get this blended up. I almost forgot, guys. Turmeric. About a tablespoon of turmeric. Okay, I'm gonna take a taste of it now. That's pretty good. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna bring this over to the stove now. And so we're gonna put our medium low, pour our sauce into the bowl. Okay. And we're just going to keep stirring this until it thickens up. If it gets too thick, we can always add more milk. Okay, so this may not have been enough tapioca. We'll see in a couple of minutes. If it's not, I'm just going to pour this back into the blender and add the tapioca to it. Because if I just add the tapioca straight to the pot right now, it's going to leave lumps. And it's going to be hard trying to get rid of all them lumps. So I prefer just pour it back into the blender, add the tapioca, and blend it up. Honey, you play, mamas. You want everybody to hear you? You want YouTube land to hear you? And the cat too. I got the cat rubbing on the bottom of my leg, and the dog standing in the living room staring at me, playing with her toy. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to have to add more. Normally it thickens up a lot quicker than this. Okay, so maybe this might work. Let's see. Make it a mess, of course. Yeah, I'm going to add more tapioca to this. I'm going to pour it back in the blender and add some tapioca. Okay, so I added the extra tapioca. I poured in like a little more than 1/4 cup. If this gets too thick now, all I have to do is just add more milk to it. Stir it. Yeah, what a big difference. I can already feel it. Okay, so as you can see, it's really thick. So I'm just going to add more milk. So add a little more at a time till it gets to the consistency, the thickness that you want it to be. You're going to build up muscles in your arms, that's for sure. See how smooth it's getting? But I'm going to add more milk to it. Plant-based milk, guys. Whatever plant-based milk you like, use. Except for, as long as it's not sweetened milk. Any unsweetened plant-based milk. Look at that. That is, oof. Yet I still want more milk. Let's lower this flame. It's not too high right now. Again, I'm adding more milk. Okay, here we have our cheese sauce. Look at that. Oh. So we're going to just turn this off, put it on the side, and we're going to start working on our barbecue sauce next. Okay, so we're going to start on our barbecue sauce. I'm going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste. I'm going to add probably a tablespoon of ketchup. We'll adjust this as we go. Okay. Let's put this medium heat. I'm going to add about a quarter cup of brown sugar. More or less. I'm going to add a little pinch of salt. I'm going to add a splash of apple cider vinegar. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of water. It's just for 1 block of tofu. So we don't need to make a big batch of barbecue sauce. Also, you could just buy Sweet Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray is vegan. They're regular barbecue sauce, and it's delicious. Okay, so let's add a little paprika. You know what I always tell you guys, season to taste, right? A little onion powder. A little garlic powder. It smells good. Let's lower that heat. Pinch of pepper. Look at that. You can already see the color. It's beautiful. Beautiful. That's really good. And you know what else? Let's take this a little bit further. I'm going to add a little maple syrup. You could also add agave too. Just put a little splash of maple syrup in there. Oh, it smells good. That's perfect. That is perfect. It doesn't even need any adjusting. Okay. So now that this is done, we'll put that on the side, let it cool off. And we're going to get our tofu ready. Okay, so here I have medium firm tofu. And what I did with this, I did the double freezing method that I learned from Mary's Test Kitchen. So you freeze it twice and it gives it more of that chicken texture. So let's see how this turned out. Oh, okay. Oh, it's easy to press too. Just look at this. Just press it. I don't even have to put weight on it. You know, usually you wrap it in a paper towel and you press it with you put something heavy on top and just let the water come up, press out. But this, okay, this is medium firm. It's spongy, and let's see how the texture looks on it. Okay. Okay, can you see that, guys? Okay. It's spongy, but let's see how it comes out after it's seasoned up and fried and everything is done. So I'm just gonna break it into pieces. It's kind of crumbled. Let's break these into pieces. Okay. 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 I guess that's enough. Okay, so here I have vegan chicken broth. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit to this bowl here. We'll add about a tablespoon. And I just want to add a little bit of water to it. Normally I would make buttermilk based batter, but I'm out of milk. So I'm just gonna use this to season up the tofu, get the moisture back in it. This has salt in it, so I don't think I'm going to be adding salt to this. This stuff is really good, guys, for soups, anything. You can make gravy with it. I'll put the link also, if I haven't already, I'll put the link at the end of the video. Here's how we're gonna season these, okay? I'm gonna throw these in here. Just throw those. Oh, it smells so good. We're just gonna throw these in here. Okay. I'm gonna add some pepper. Some garlic powder. Some onion powder, and for now that's it. And I'm just gonna mix it up, and your hands are your best tools as long as they're clean. Feel free to use them in the kitchen. Okay, now what else I think I'm gonna do with this. Okay, so what I just did, I don't want this extremely wet because this is going in a frying pan. We're frying these today. So what I did is I just pressed on it. I pressed on it and I held it over the sink and I just pressed a little and just drained out some of the liquid that's in the tofu. And I can tell you, the tofu, it tastes delicious. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some flour. a measuring cup inside my flour. Let's add some flour to this. I'm going to season up the flour. Pepper. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Some paprika. And I'm going to put in my Italian seasoning. My Italian seasoning. I'm also going to add a pinch of sugar. Make sure the sugar is organic. That's how you know it's vegan. Not everything organic is vegan though. But sugar, when it's organic, or flour if it's organic, or if the flour is unbleached, it's vegan. So we're going to mix this all up. And we're gonna start, because there's so much in there. I don't even have to dredge this through a wet base, a wet dredge. Okay. As a matter of fact, since this is not that much in here, I just may be able to shake it up. Remember back in the day, shake and bake? Let's see if we could do the shake and bake method with this. Do it gently because we don't want to mash it all up. And yeah, it looks like the shake and bake method worked. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna get the oil started. I'm gonna heat up some canola oil. But actually, you know what? Before I fry this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get that water started for our pasta for the mac and cheese. Okay, so I have water on the stove, cold water, and I'm gonna salt it now. Remember, salt your pasta like the sea. Okay. I'm gonna put a cover on it, and we'll be back when it starts to boil. Okay, our water is it's getting ready to boil. So I'm gonna turn on the heat, turn on the burner for the oil for the chicken, the tofu chicken. We don't need to put too much, maybe a little more. Okay. We're gonna wait for that to get hot. I'll show you guys how to know when the oil is already hot. I'm sure most of you already know though. So this is just about to come to a full boil. Okay, so the water is at a full boil. I'm gonna add the pasta now. I was actually wanting to use gluten-free pasta, but I'm all out, unfortunately. But you can use shells, you can use elbows, whatever pasta you want. Put your cheese over, you use. So I think I'm just going to use half a pound because it's just me, and I believe my grandson still may be coming over. So put a ½ pound in. Whatever cheese sauce I don't use, I can store it. Put it in the fridge for a few days. Stir this up. Never ever put oil in your pasta water. The only time to add oil to your pasta is when your pasta is drained. But you don't want it sticking together afterwards. You put oil on it. Well, if you put oil in it now, it's going to get gluey. So never put oil in your... I learned that when I was a kid and my mother. Like, why would you put oil in it? I was like, I don't know, Mom. I thought you had to put oil in the water. But no, you don't put oil in the water while the pasta. I'm just going to cover this a little bit. And it sounds like our oil is just about ready. Let's see. Let's see. Just throw. Yeah. See how it's floating back up to the top? It's ready. Don't crowd the pan. You don't want it to steam, you want it to fry. Let it get nice and crispy on one side, and then we'll turn it over. Don't forget to stir your pasta while it's in the water so it doesn't stick. Okay, so now we could turn these, flip these over, and let them fry, brown up on the other side. And the pasta is still boiling. Don't forget to stir it every once in a while so it doesn't get stuck together. Okay, so these are done. You can take them out the oil. The pasta's done also. We're going to strain it. I'm going to put some more tofu chicken in here, and we're going to strain out. Then we're going to strain out our pasta. Okay, be very careful straining out this pasta. And it doesn't have to be too soft. Not al dente. Oh, you mean more al dente. So it's going to continue to cook a little more once we pour the cheese on it. Strain that out. And we're going to move it over to the stove and add our cheese. Okay. So we got the very low heat. We got our pasta on. Now we're adding our cheese sauce. Making a mess over here. Mix that up. Oh my goodness. Ooh, hot. Careful, guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to season it up with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and we should be good to go. A little pepper. A little salt. We're not going to put this in the oven today. You can't put this in the oven, most definitely. You can eat it creamy like this, or you can put it in the oven. But we're going to have it just creamy today. I'm going to try it. So good, so creamy. Okay. Let's flip over. Sorry about all the movement. Let's flip over. Turn over these guys here. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm frying up the last of the tofu chicken, and when you have little crumbles like this, you can actually just squeeze them together and put them back in the put them in the oil. They'll stick together. Yeah, just squeeze them. They'll stick together. Just put them in there. Okay, so I'm taking out the last of the tofu chicken. We're gonna pour the barbecue sauce over it, and then we're gonna pop it under the broiler for a few minutes. There you are. And they taste as good as they look. It's taking all my willpower not to eat them before the barbecue sauce makes it. Okay guys, so here we have our chicken, our tofu chicken, and our barbecue sauce. I'm just going to pour the barbecue sauce on top of this. I'm going to leave a little bit, just a little bit on the side for later. I'm just going to mix this all up. I'm sure it's all covered up. Oops. Okay, put it on a sheet pan on top of parchment paper. Scrape out this. Okay. Quite honestly, we don't even have to put this under the broiler, but let's do it anyways. Get it nice and get a little char to it. Okay, so here we have our tofu chicken. It's going under the broiler right now. Okay, so we took this out from underneath the broiler, and I'm gonna add the last of the barbecue sauce. And as y'all can hear, my grandson came. He's here, so he can have some of this with the mac and cheese.
I don't want to have some.
No?
No.
You ate already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I could have made a little more barbecue sauce, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So,
I want sandwich. Mommy, what are you doing?
it's delicious. This is so good, guys. Okay, so I'm going to pop this into the oven for a couple of more minutes, under the broiler for a couple of more minutes.
I can use that thing so
And
high.
we'll be right back.
I can use that thing so high.
Okay, they're ready to come out the oven, and let's get plated up and try these bad boys out. Okay guys, so here it is. some barbecue tofu chicken, creamy mac and cheese, a little side salad. You can have it with corn, whatever kind of side you want. Let's give it a try. Hear that? Oh my goodness. Oh. Look at that. And the outside crisp, that's delicious. The mac and cheese, the creamy mac and cheese. Oh my god. It's so good. And basically, guys, to make that creamy mac and cheese, all you need is the tapioca, the milk, the coconut oil, the salt, and nutritional yeast, and tomato paste for the coloring. You want it a little more tangy, and not everybody has vegan lactic acid on hand, and you could always use some vinegar, about a tablespoon of vinegar to give it that tang. The tomato paste will also help along with that too. So that's basically all you need. And if you want to get yourself a nice cheese base, some shreds cheese, just add that to it, blitz it up, put it on the stove, mix it up till it gets nice and creamy, and you're good to go. So you don't need all that extra stuff that I put in here, like the turmeric and all the other stuff that I had here. So basically just the basics you need for mac and cheese. And this is so good. It really is. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh, look at this. So good. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Feel free to share my videos. Make these recipes, guys. Let me know how they come out, what you think about them, if you like them. Leave your comments, leave your questions, whatever you like. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell, okay? Don't forget to smash the like button if you like this video. Thank you. Love you guys.